And there's a huge kill. We're seeing Dirty Wolf pop off now.
Oh.
Through a triple kill as well.
Great blossom getting a triple.
Scoop with the blossom.
Hello, everyone! Welcome to the championships. Yes, championships for the Valpo Challengers team on Valpo Shield. I'm your host, Era or Aubrey, and I'm here with my co-host.
I'm Kitakuki of Valpo Beacon Overwatch.
Alright, so we have some excellent news. While they're doing their bans right now, yesterday, if you didn't know, our League of Legends team won their championships, and they have a potentially free ticket to finals if they don't get moved up a division. So we're hoping they might get moved up to the same division that Valpo Shield is in, and our other Rocket League team, obviously for League though. Alright.
Got a hopeful Nationals appearance by our league team, who's now become the second second esports team to take a championship.
Yes.
We're hoping tonight that Shield.
Yeah, he's cutting out.
I'm not surprised.
Just wanted to say that because there's been a little bit of audio errors going on, but we do have. So that is our second championship game, hoping to get into the finals. Last time, Valpo Beacon was one of the main contenders who was getting championships last year and semester, winning both of their championships and going into winning nationals, which brought them up to their division. So when we're going over to bans right now, Valpo has banned currently Control Ilios, and we're waiting for Carroll to do some other bans. That's the main thing they've banned.
Indeed, and we have last time these teams faced off was the very first week of the regular season, and Valpo Shield did lose to Carroll 0-3. But since then, we've seen the Shield team make various adjustments within their team, and they have come a long way since the beginning of their season.
Yes, we've also had a new player that really has taken hold in the team. Fusk, or Ben, has also really stepped up. Back then, he wasn't really seen in the team. Like, they knew him. I believe they were playing with him, but he wasn't really on the team yet. So now they've actually gotten to know him, so it's going to hopefully be some better skills and stuff.
Yeah, Fusick joined the Shield team about a week and a half or so before the regular season started, so they hadn't really figured out his place on the team yet.
Yep, and unfortunately, when you don't know where they are, like position-wise, you can't really put them in the right place, which may give better or worse results depending on where you put them during that.
Indeed. It looks like we have the lineup coming out for Valpo with Wistful on tank, Fusick and Famputty as DPS, Solaris and Chiruro as supports. Not uncommon to see.
No, the only sub we have is Dirty Wolf, and he typically plays damage, subbing in for Famputty. So, we are looking also at the previous results. These are the second and first seeds in the conference. Valpo only losing once, which was to Carroll, and Carroll losing not at all. They went on a basic clean sweep of everyone. I think maybe they lost like 1 or 2 matches.
They definitely lost a lot of maps, but I believe they went pretty close to undefeated as far as matches go.
Yeah, I know. So they were first. So they are first in the seed versus the second in the seed. And last week, Valpo went up against Purdue in semifinals, and Carroll went up against ISU Black in semifinals.
And as we saw here, Valpo did defeat Purdue White 3-1, and Carroll, with a reverse sweep, beat ISU Black 3-2.
Yeah, it was a very close match for Carroll. By the end of our stream, they were just finishing up. So, very long match, and I expect this one to be long as well. Not as long as yesterday's league match, but
It's hard to get matches to go as long as league matches. They are truly battles of attrition.
yes, 4 hours, so we won't be keeping you here for 4 hours. Oh, best of 7.
Yes, the finals are best of 7. It is the first to win 4. So it will be longer than last week's semifinals.
All right. I
But
didn't Yeah, I did not know that. I'm a freshman, and also my first time actually working with esports teams. So that's very interesting, but I do like that. It gives people a little bit more time to get into the groove than just a typical best of 3 or best of 5.
yeah, we've seen all too many regular season games that were often best of 3s, especially last year where the format was kind of changing a bit, that really they'd be over before either team was fully warmed up.
Yeah, but I do like that out of best of 7. Another thing, I think we're probably going to go to all 7 matches. Because the first week isn't really a good example because the game had just come out too. Not everyone was completely aware of the ins and outs of the game.
Given everything that I have seen, both with actually going to some of Shield's practices and with VOD reviewing both of these games, I'm predicting 4-2 in favor of Valpo.
Interesting, interesting.
I don't think Valpo will take every single map in a row.
Yeah, I agree with that. I feel that both teams, when you're looking at best seeds, when you have the second and first seed, which you typically expect in the finals, seeing them come up against each other is not surprising, but and seeing it be like not a close match, like or a close match can definitely be understandable. But I do understand seeing that Carroll would win several. Again, it's both matches are going up against. So we'll have to see. Did they
Looks like we have some profile settings going on. We had a private player or two, and unfortunately, the system is not cooperating with them.
Yep. No bans, no other bans, additional bans coming up.
We have not seen the initial bans. They might be too far back in the chat.
Hmm. All I know is that there's a lot of playful banter, which is always good to have.
Seems like it's a pretty common thing with Shield here.
Well, last week they were doing a lot of playful banter with Purdue, so that was a very funny match. However, one thing I do need to note is last game there was somebody who kind of glitched out, and we had to pause. And Carroll had that several times in their stream.
Carroll
So
had several of their players actually straight up crash and disconnect in the middle of their match.
yeah, that was not good. So hopefully it doesn't happen too well. They are screaming about order.
The the chat is getting progressively more out of control.
Okay, they're just screaming about the order. I don't know what their order is.
They're trying to get everyone in order on screen.
Uh,
The standardized way to display your players in the lobby in Overwatch
mhm,
1 was your 2 tanks, your 2 DPS, 2 supports.
mhm.
Uh, Currently, we have Valpo is in the tank, 2 DPS, 2 supports, but Carroll is not arranged, and they're getting into a lot of banter over it. Friendly banter, mind you.
Yes. Valpo Shield is like a very playful team. They like to have their banter with the opposing team. No matter what team it is, they want their banter, and Carroll is getting their order in check.
We've got to appreciate some of these names though. We've got Saucy and Grim Reaper.
Yes, I also do see some other names in the like subs. They do have a lot of subs, so that's gonna be very interesting. They have, I think, 4 subs.
And we have seen that Valpo Shield, with only the 1 sub, statistically their players will be having to play longer compared to Carroll's players.
Yeah. But we do know their team might not be split into 2 teams. Because it's just called Carroll. So maybe it's not split into 2 teams, which means these are all of their players.
That is true. And it looks like we are asking for ready, so it looks like we will be going on to Li Zhang first. Didn't have a whole lot of coordination with that in the chat, but it looks like that's what's happening. So we'll roll with it.
Yeah, I mean, our job is just to go with whatever they want. Okay, now they're doing the order. Shield Y. Shield Y. So, you cannot see our screen. They have decided to take off all of the people. I don't know if they weren't in order or not, but...
No, they're putting them back in the same order now. We won't question it. It's just normal. Oh, wait, what? Who? All right, well, clearly that was a misclick. We had Dirty Wolf on support for just a split second, quickly moved back to the waiting period.
Now, we do have to ask, Michael, is 3 minutes 3 minutes?
Thank you for the subscription from Strawberry Soda. Thank you very much for supporting the stream.
Oh, another one.
And another subscription from Sea Dog.
Very nice. Thank you very much. This is going to be an excellent, crazy game for the championship. I'm surprised Fampudi hasn't mentioned...
Speak of... and you know, I'm gonna remember this when Beacon streamed next semester.
Are you gonna take
You're
over
never
this?
gonna escape this now.
Is this is this the new bit for Overwatch? This happened again. This happened again. We need to have a pee break, a bathroom break. This is what we have to do, apparently. Oh.
That's a good prompt. It's unfortunately I haven't read half of it. I'm getting the prompt here to talk about the most recent patch, which changed a lot of things, especially for some of the most powerful heroes. The biggest buff that we've seen that's changed the meta up a lot is Doomfist got buffed a ton. A lot of his cooldowns got reduced. His shield generation upon hitting an enemy with those cooldowns got increased by a lot, and his shield cap got increased. I actually was able to play him some yesterday. He still doesn't have a ton of raw damage output, but he feels a lot tankier now.
Okay.
And I wouldn't be surprised if we did have some Dooms coming out from Carroll. Hog is still very powerful. As we've seen, Hog has kind of continued to dominate this meta.
Mm-hmm.
And going from Shield's discussions, it sounds like that's what they're planning.
Mm-hmm. I'm assuming Ramantara. I think that's how you
Ramatra.
Ramatra. I'm assuming Ramatra is currently banned.
Yes, Ramatra will not be played in finals, as it's not until 2 weeks after introduction that he's allowed to be played.
Ah, I see. So, no Ramatra until next season. Another subscription. I can't read that name.
It's another Sea Dog. I think it was a different number. I think it is one of his ults.
Wow, giving extra subscription.
Or is it just popping up twice because Streamlabs is kooky?
It just popped up twice.
Understandable.
Doomfist is very interesting. If you do not know, Doomfist went from a damage hero to a tank hero, which was a little bit, which is a huge change. So, you can't really transfer him over.
Looks like we have Grim Reaper hovering over this Junker Queen. Junker Queen also got a buff in this most recent patch, but it wasn't a super substantial one. A lot of things were done to modify her bleed, to give her more healing, but it doesn't last for as long.
Yeah. Yeah, not giving as much healing and with bleed definitely might not be the best choice, but we'll see. Maybe they feel very comfortable on Junker Queen, so.
We do have the Pharah Mercy coming out from Fusik and Solaris, trying to get that boop off the bridge. Does not manage to land it, but Whistle with the early hook kill.
And we have seen them do very well with this duo before. It's not their best deal, but they haven't gotten it to work. So.
And it looks like it's down to just the Queen alive now, and she will fall. That is Valpo Shield taking this first fight pretty easily.
Yeah, very quick fight there.
Look for a potential swap off this Queen.
Yeah, we'll see. They are waiting behind, but nope, they are just waiting for her to respawn. Grim Reaper and all of them coming in from the side, but it seems like Fusik has seen them all.
Yeah, that's one of the big advantages about having that far up in the air, is you can never be surprised by your enemy's positioning.
Yes.
The Queen and Lucy are going to come in here quick, but Queen falls to the hook from Wistful.
Yes, very good hook from Wistful right there. The Reaper is just trying to get away, doesn't even make it with, I think, Soldier, the only one left alive.
And that is another clean fight. I will mention, Wistful seems a lot more comfortable on the Hog as compared to last week.
Yep. Last week he was doing a lot of Hog. I believe he said for the memes, which I would not be surprised with. But he definitely got a lot more comfortable since he has been very powerful in the meta. So that's very good.
Fusik taking a bit of poke there, but managing to survive with the help of his Mercy. Here comes Reckoning in. It is going to catch most of the team. The barrage is popped. Queen goes down again.
Yep,
Valpo does lose a few this time, but it looks like they're still heavily in the advantage on this fight.
This is one of the first times where Valpo hasn't lost so many people. Or lost a few people. Because before they couldn't actually get any kills off, but this time they could.
And they do manage to res the Kiriko of Chururo, and Sojourn is able to get back very quickly.
Yes, so looking at the ult economy right now, we do have Soldier 76 having his ult, as well as Famputee on our side. Yep.
And but he does fall to the Queen, but the Soldier goes down in his ult quickly. Queen as well, and it looks like that's going to be point for Valpo.
Yeah.
Very, very cleanly. 0 to 100.
Very clear. Carroll is probably a little bit shaking, so they might be trying to go for some different team composition. I feel like that team composition just wasn't really working in their favor.
Queen is a hard hero to get a lot of value out, especially in a meta where Hog is so dominant.
Watch your flanks.
Yeah.
They might try something.
Okay, we are seeing a little bit of change. We are seeing Symmetra coming on out for Carroll. No changes over on Valpo's side, though, which kind of makes sense. It did work before. It probably will work again.
I'll say Pharah is much harder to use on this point, on Gardens, than on... Or, correction, on Night Market than on Gardens.
Yes, that is correct. Watching Mercy go up into the air. Ooh.
We are seeing now Carroll using a much more compact, kind of brawly comp, though, with the Sim and the Reaper accompanying the Queen, compared to Valpo's, which relies on a lot of poke.
Yes. Wistful having to have to back up right there, and the first person on their team does go down, but Reaper is able to get some healing out. Get some healing done.
Pharah does go down, but it's traded for the Reaper, so...
Yeah, they didn't have any damages at that moment. So currently, right now, it is only a Lucio, Kiriko, and Junker Queen on the point.
Ooh, Queen picks up 2 kills. Solaris goes for the risky res, does get it, but falls in the meantime, and Wistful's down already. It's gonna be Carroll taking the fight.
Yep, unfortunately. First fight for Carroll right then and there. That was a long one, comparatively. Valpo really hung on, and Carroll was able to, when they did lose their players, they were able to take quick things.
And I did see again there, we had Fusic on the Pharah die first because it is just so hard to get value on this point. I wouldn't be surprised to see a switch.
I wouldn't be surprised. However, I would expect if there is a switch for it to be both Solaris and Fusic. Because
Yes.
Mercy is not as good. I wish I could say she was good as she was in Overwatch 1, but she just isn't.
In the current meta, she's actually stronger than she was before this most recent patch. Mostly because we've turned to a more reliance on these dive and pokes.
So that makes me happy then, because
Ooh, big hook!
Yes. Not enough though. That's gonna be down.
Cole
to
is gonna
Whistle.
fall inside his whole hog. Seems to me like they need to figure out something to do with the Sim. The Sim is just outputting so much damage into their team.
Yeah, Sim is, we haven't really seen much Sim. Okay, we are seeing an ult come out from Chiroro. He is backing up. This is really good for Pharah, leaving only
Kiriko.
Kiriko. I'm confusing it with your name now. That's not good.
That's the idea! We
Um,
do see the switch onto Ryan from Wistful, though. Again, we've talked about before, Ryan is most likely his most comfortable hero.
And we do see our Pharah taking out their Reaper, Saucy, right then and there. There has been a few switches with FanPT actually switching to Junkrat before. I don't remember what he was before, but he did switch to Junkrat, and we do see a tire coming on out, so...
I do believe he was on Sojourn for the first fight.
Right, yes.
The tire coming out here. It's gonna pick up 2, and here goes 1 HP. Lovely tire there by our lovely FanPT.
He loves those tires.
He really does.
One
Who
of
can
our-
blame him?
Yeah, one of our most recent clips was a 3-tire kill.
Actually,
That was-
from semifinals.
Yes, it was from semifinals, and you can hear our lovely voices commentating over it. So Valpo does need to win about 2 more fights, maybe 1.5 more fights just to delay it, and that would be a match for game point for Valpo.
We do see them expending a lot of ults here.
I think that's Wistful out. Yep.
And it looks like that might be Carroll winning this fight and taking the point back.
Yep.
Fusic is going to try and stall for a bit, but I don't think it's going to be enough for a recontest.
No, it wasn't. Farah is does not have a lot of health, and when you got 2 damages looking for that last character that's not out yet, you're not gonna last for the fight.
And the scary thing to me playing Pharah into a comp with that small of an area, honestly, is the Kiriko. Her burst damage, especially if she manages to land a headshot, is devastating.
Yes.
We're going to see the swap over onto the Reaper and the Lucio. I'm surprised that they didn't do that in the middle of the last match.
Yeah. It seems like they they really just kind of wanted to keep trying that Pharah Mercy. They do seem to like to pull it out at random times, so...
It is also the very first map, so not surprised to see them trying some things out, see what they could do later down the pipe.
See what they think is going to work out best. Both teams, though, having the exact same ideas one another to go up that little secret area.
And very similar comps as well, the only difference is being the Orion instead of the Queen and the Junkrat instead of the Sojourn.
Sojourn, yeah. Both teams... only 1 kill so far being our Kiriko, but that takes down their Junkrat. Our Junkrat goes down and their Junker Queen goes down, but then they do lose another damn DPS.
It is still 3-3 on this point, though.
Yeah, that's the craziest thing. Wistful is been hanging on very well. Very proud, like, very crazy about how he's been doing it.
Hang on by a thread, if you will.
Yes. That is bringing Carroll just enough time to get onto the point, but we are still getting some decent percentage as while we're here.
It
which
is, yeah, it is noteworthy that we're, it
It's
is
fine.
worth noticing that during the 3v3 portion, Carroll did give up the point. Let Valpo have some percentage in order to get their full recontest.
Yep. And this is allowing the team to just jump right in, get on to their next fight with every single person there.
I think we're going to find the Carroll tank having an advantage in these fights against the Rhine. Although Rhine does tend to outbrawl the rest of the team when compared to Junker Queen. Junker Queen's very good at shutting down the Rhine itself.
Yeah, and we do see two ults coming, two ults potentially on top of Solaris' ult. We are seeing a potential Kiriko ult and a potential Reinhardt ult. Not sure when he'll pull
Ooh,
it out.
big pin!
Yep.
The Queen is going to fall to that. Carroll also gave up the point again mid-fight.
Yeah.
I heard a notification. What happened? Understandable.
I have no
We
idea.
we had a new follower in the middle.
Oh, cool. Thank you for following.
Huge shatter coming in from Wistful. They are going to charge on in with the Lucio speed, but no kills are picked up immediately.
No,
Carroll has switched over to this Reinhardt as well. Ults are going left and right,
Yes.
but it looks like it is going to be Carroll coming out on top of that exchange.
Yep. And there goes Carroll going to take the point right there. I don't know. Lucio, trying to get a little bit of stalling.
We do notice now we have mirror comps.
Very interesting, but we have seen this composition quite a lot. Maybe a different tank here and there, but it's very common.
It is indeed. I'm looking for this Blossom here to be big. Ooh, the Shatter is blocked a little by the presence of the Reinhardt with the Suzu on him.
Yes.
Oh, and here comes the Blossom. No, no, they're not gonna.
Now it is.
They decided to wait a second. It's gonna pick up what it needs to, though.
Yeah, it still did quite a bit of damage there, and being able to take out both the Sojourn and the Reinhardt, sending them all back to their spawn.
Indeed. And now we have Valpo here approaching last fight territory. If they can drag this fight on a little bit, they might be able to leave it out, but that's the Reinhardt getting awful low. Lucio has the beat here. They might be needing to commit it.
Yep. Lucio's beat is probably going to be a good thing at any point. Surprisingly hanging on during that fight, but we do have Wistful being attacked.
And both teams letting their gates go. Beat coming down from Solaris is going to keep him alive. And the Shatter is back and it lands just where it needs to.
Yep.
Lucio's just chasing around point. Reaper might try and touch. He is going to touch. But the DPS can deal with it.
Yep.
And that is going to be Valpo taking Lijiang Tower for the first map. Valpo goes up 1-0.
And this is actually Valpo's first win on any match against Carroll. They are popping off in the very back. And play of the game goes to Grim Reaper as Junker Queen.
Yeah, Grim Reaper did get some very, very big rampages. But that's not actually what we see here in the play.
No, just kind of a small triple kill, kind of. It doesn't really work as a triple kill, as there was other kills in between, but kind of worked.
Yeah, we do see Grim Reaper looking pretty good mechanically on this Junker Queen, at least in the neutral game. But once Valpo kind of wrapped themselves up into this really heavy brawl comp, I mean, that's where both Valpo teams tend to strive.
Yes. So we are going into, so Valpo's going to be banning a hybrid map. There's quite a lot of choices for them to.
I almost guarantee they ban Hollywood.
Who
Almost
would have
guarantee
guessed? Who would have guessed?
My other choice would probably be Parizo.
Once again, who would guess? Seems like that's their favorite things to ban.
Indeed.
So we are going into hybrid. Valpo is going to ban. Carroll is going to pick. So is there actually no pre-bans before?
No, I forgot about
Ah.
that earlier. But because this is a best of 7, we do
Mm,
not have any initial bans because we'll go through enough maps anyway.
I see. So, do these bans, also for me and for any viewers, do these bans continue on to the next?
I believe if we come back to the same map type, they will stay in effect. And there we have the ban of Hollywood, to no one's surprise.
Our Valpo's teams don't really like Hollywood, that's for sure.
Hollywood tends to be a really sweeping map.
Mhm,
Typically, if you can manage to take that first point, you won't have too much of a trouble pushing it a good
mhm,
distance as long as you can take control of that high ground.
mhm,
And it looks like Carroll is going to pick King's Row.
mhm. So we are seeing a lot of people popping off in the chat.
Why is Streamlabs making our chat blurry?
A lot of things have been blurry.
This is a new thing. I've never seen this. I myself use Streamlabs OBS. I've never seen this.
Oh, they're picking King's Row. This is the third time we've seen this one.
Not surprising.
But no, I was seeing that earlier on our screen. The hype video was blurry, but on the stream, actual stream, it was not blurry. So I don't know. Streamlabs
Weird
got a
computer
glitch.
things.
I would try and fix it, but I don't feel like it.
We're too busy casting.
Yes. You gotta do it 3 times.
He's never gonna live it down.
Never. Oh, they are doing a swap.
It's like they're swapping out one of their DPS.
Yes. So we'll see what they're doing with that.
And I noticed during their game with ISU as well, after 2 maps, they swapped in a new DPS, and said new DPS did much better than the one they had in.
Mm.
Whether that was just a comfort thing or a matter of skill level, I don't know. That is not information I have been made privy to.
Yeah.
However, it looks like we will have Klein Saucer coming in for Adamant.
Mhm. It seems maybe they're just trying to get some new people to like get some more experience on them. If they do decide to split up into 2 groups, like Valpo did, and other teams have done, maybe they're just trying to get some experience on their other players.
True.
So
And
waiting.
thank you for the follow there, Sunflower Mage.
Yes, thank you
Correction,
very
Sunflower
much.
Mages. There's many of them there. I don't know where they all came from.
What do teams get if they win? We get a trophy to display.
And
Yes.
and that's all. We get a trophy.
Hey, we do also get a spot in almost guaranteed spot in nationals if Shield stays in the same bracket, which might happen. It's not like League of Legends, which completely swept. So probably a good chance of staying in the same bracket, at least for the rest of this year.
I wouldn't count on anything happening to move Shield up or down. Their SRs lead them to be in kind of the mid-upper challengers. Whereas that's one of the things that happened with Beacon their first year is a lot of the SRs, especially going into the second season, actually lend them to be more into emergence than navigators.
Yeah. It just really depends on what happens. I know Tristan was trying to explain it earlier. I don't understand it. I probably won't understand it for quite some time. But something about point systems.
Yes. So the way that it worked last year, and I believe something similar at least is carrying on to this year, is every division playoff winner got a guaranteed spot into nationals.
Yes.
And then those that were in semifinals and quarterfinals got a certain number of points. Also, the runner-up in finals got more points as well.
Yes.
And so it was a situation of, aside from the people who had a guaranteed ticket to nationals, we would have like the highest 8 in total. Looks like we are going to be going for the dive from high ground yet again. We do, however, looks like we might have Fusik coming out on the Widow.
He has pulled out the Widow several times though before. He does seem more comfortable on snipers than FanPD.
That is true. Fampity seems much more akin to the high fire rate heroes.
Yes.
Oh, and he's switching back to the Mei.
Interesting.
After seeing the opposing Mei, he opts to not go with the Widow.
So, surprising them, but they are backed up a little bit more than other teams have. They might have known the typical strats of our team.
I think they were expecting it. A huge
That's
pin
nice.
onto the Junker Queen.
And we are seeing quite a more of a longer lasting fight, but the first kill does go down on Klein Saucer.
Yeah, these Rhine Mei comps. Mei is so good at taking space just on her own that frankly, in a lot of situations, in a lot of games that I've played, even losing your tank is not enough to stop the tempo of a fight because the Mei can fill that role so well.
Yes. Yep. And we are seeing Wistful taking a lot of damage. So we're waiting on some healing for Wistful to be able to actually start pushing again. Kiriko actually taking the back stance and just trying to stay far away to keep the payload moving.
And the thing to notice here is that Carroll will have higher healing than Valpo with that Ana over the Kiriko. And we're seeing it now with that Nano coming in so quickly.
Yes. And we are seeing Wistful kind of getting stuck on his own maze.
No,
shield.
that was actually the opposing Mei wall.
It was the opposing maze.
The Mei wall from Fusik actually saved him for a bit. Looks like all they needed though was that Nano to push the Valpo team back, but now Valpo has all 5 ults.
Very risky right there. Expecting them to use 1 or 2 ults. Oh, I'm surprised the Shatter didn't come out right there.
We've got a lot of ults going. We've got the Blizzard and the Beat and the Artillery Strike coming in from the Bastion.
Yes.
And it looks like we'll clean it up, even in the face of the Rampage.
This has been a quick taking of the point from Valpo. With 4 minutes and 13 seconds to get to the second point, I expect them to easily do that. But who knows, they might get stuck on that last little bit, just like the last time.
And I think there's 2 ways here that Valpo can try and play it. Because we have that Blizzard online for the other team, and they certainly know that it's there. But we have the Gates and the Shatter. Do we wait it out, or do we use it beforehand? It looks like they are going to opt to take the wait it out option. Huge Shatter in response. The Beat and the Nano do come out to keep their Diva up.
Yeah.
It looks like they are going to be able to turn that, but they had to commit every ult they had.
And our Gates is still in behind Chiroro, just trying to get away.
Looks
Barely
like
making it.
the Diva is going to have the bomb for this next fight, but between the Rhine Shield and the Mei wall, they shouldn't get any kills out of it.
We are seeing FanPD switch to his favorite Junkrat. I don't know why I was saying Junkrat. But only each team has 1 ult, but we do have Fuse with a second ult on the way.
Diva in here coming after FanPD, but he's going to dive into the back line.
And the sleep coming
Fuse
out.
picking up 3. That Mei beam is devastating. And this is going to be a bomb?
Nope.
It is not. Wise decision to hold it there. We only have 1 ult for Carroll, and going on 5 again for Valpo.
Holding that Diva Bomb was a very good choice. In that area, there's a lot of places to take cover, and if you were behind some sort of wall or anything, you're not going to take any damage.
A big headshot coming out there from Fuse to take care of the opposing Mei.
Yes. And we are seeing Fuse and Chiroro with their ults on the ready. FanPD just waiting to use their ults. I'm still expecting a Diva Bomb at any moment, and they've got to be expecting it as well.
I wouldn't be surprised if when this Diva Bomb comes out, Fusick immediately responds with the Blizzard, now that there's no Matrix to eat it up. And there we have it. Valpo is using a lot here.
Oh, and he's...
Poor Fampity.
Yep.
He doesn't get to live. However, his Aftermath does end up taking out the Diva mech.
I don't even think he got a tire.
I think his tire may have whiffed. I'm not sure. I didn't see what happened to it. I didn't see it appear in the kill feed.
No, it didn't. And he, so if he did miss that tire feed, he is probably not happy.
Oh, Wistful trying to charge off the map, but unfortunately misses. His healing is there for him though.
Yep. Unfortunately, that was a nano boosted Rhine, but Grim Reaper is taking some heavy damage, but Wistful just got shattered.
We do now have the Blossom and the Blizzard coming in for Carroll. Here's the Blizzard. I'm expecting the Blossom to come out too.
Not making
Oh,
it. They have to back up.
They are going to opt to use the beat instead.
They had to back up. That
We're resetting again with 2 ults to Carroll's name. Coming up on 4 for Valpo, but none at the moment. They've only got to push it about 10 meters by the time they get back to it.
Yep, they only have to push 10 meters, but they do only have 1 minute and 43 seconds. If they can hold it off for this long, they are in a good position for the next game. Should just have to take it to 3 points. Ooh.
Here comes the Blossom and the Shatter, and that is going to stifle the push.
Yes,
but again,
does.
they had to use everything they had.
However,
And we have Fusick taking out a support in the backline. Carroll's down supports for a second.
Yeah, Chiroro did try and save the team with that Spirit Bomb, but that just didn't do much of anything, and afterwards was knocked out alongside the rest of the team.
Zuzu's a very, very powerful ability, but it's very short-lived. We do have the tire coming in here. Ooh, it's big. It does a lot of damage, leaves many targets at 1. Coming in with that Gates in the background. That's going to be a team wipe. If they get everyone on, they can push it before Carroll has a chance to recontest.
Barely contesting with the Doomfist on the point.
But the Blizzard makes it so that it doesn't matter. And that is going to be a full push on King's Row with 36 seconds left. And we see Fusick jumping into the void.
This group is just a bunch of memers, I tell you that.
Never been anything different. Most of these players, I say most of these, 3 of these players on this Shield team have been around basically since the program started. We do have Wistful, Fusick, and Solaris as the new additions.
Yep, the team is, I believe esports started about 3 years ago, your freshman year?
I think this is the 4th year.
Oh, 4th year. My bad. I'm just aware of some things. All I know is this is my freshman year and this is a year of the program. So we are seeing a similar team composition coming up from Valpo Shield. Yep, same composition, but completely different coming out from Carroll.
Coming in with the Winston and a Zenyatta. They are looking to get heavy picks on the back line. The Genji as well, swapping on and off of it.
Yep. I think they're probably going to stay with the Genji, honestly. Seeing the Zenyatta is very different. We haven't seen a lot of Zenyatta lately. So.
Unfortunate. Not many people other than myself actually play Zenyatta all that much. I know that Fusick and Fampity both are avid Zenyatta players, but they are both banished to DPS.
I mean, they're good at DPS. I would never be booted to DPS. I can't aim.
I am just that insane person that plays all 3 roles.
Wistful taking heavy damage, but both of their supports are out.
They are going to lose a tick though. That is unfortunate. And the monkey is doing monkey things.
He escaped, and he's ready to sneak in from the back.
I'm hoping that our supports are paying attention.
They are not.
Vampity does fall to that Zen burst.
Monkey barely hanging on at the end, getting some more healing going on. This
Looks
is part
like
of our team going down.
It looks like Valpo is playing very scattered with this Monkey and this Genji in them. They're going to have to switch them up and come up with a better answer to this.
Needing to back up, giving 5 minutes and 13 seconds over to the opposing team to be able to move the payload. However, Monkey is coming in from the back line with his Reaper and Genji on his side.
One of the things that they have right now is without this Junkrat constantly firing at the bubbles, that Winston can just survive for ages and ages.
Yes.
We do see Wistful switching over to this Hog, though. I'm not surprised. Hog is the dive counter.
Yes, and we have seen him be much more confident on that Hog today. So hopefully we can get some more confidence coming up from Wistful. However, the team is coming back up, getting grouped together. Monkey is no longer out, though, with Junker Queen coming in.
That right there was a brilliant play there by Fusic and Vampity. The wall blocked off line of sight to the Genji, even though he was still within the range of the Immortality Field. Immortality Field couldn't see him, and the tower was able to pick him off.
We are seeing quite a few ults on the ult economy, with three on Carroll's side, with two going. I don't know where that sure. Oh, that was our side. Okay.
We're having the trans come out now as this fight kind of progresses into a second phase. We expended the Blizzard and the Gates already. They're just coming out with everything. Only thing that Carroll didn't use out of all 5 ults there was Window from their Baptiste. And similar situation on Valpo's side, they used a whole bunch of ults.
Yeah, Fusic was not going to survive that fight. Just trying to get in, get some chip damage, see if he can take out anyone, but he did not.
You could say that that death was very expensive.
Yes. So we are seeing the 1 ult remaining. No one else is close to their ults. Spam Beauty is maybe 28% away. But that's just 1 tired.
Honestly, I would expect them getting onto 3rd leg here if they don't manage to pull it around here. I would expect to see Vampity switch back over to the Reaper.
Yeah, I could see that happening. The Reaper for Reaper definitely makes sense.
A very, very big hook there to get that Reaper out of the fight. Queen getting stuck and killed in her ult. That's unfortunate.
Yep.
Music getting a little greedy there.
Yep, I do see. I'm surprised Reaper isn't changing their choice of tank right now. Grim Reaper is sticking with that Junker Queen, and even though they seem confident, I feel like Junker Queen against this Roadhog has not been doing well for them.
That is a rough matchup for the Junker Queen. This might be a big tire, though. It is going to make him back up. Having a little trouble getting up the wall there for a second.
He's
Tire
trying
gets
to
low.
find them. Nope.
It does, unfortunately, get destroyed before it can find value.
Yep.
But we do see 4, almost 5 other ults on Valpo's side compared to just coming up on 1 on Carroll's side.
Yep. And that Reaper is taken out before he can even really gain any ult, but Valpo is forced to back up while Carroll is getting some steam closer.
Unfortunately, although Carroll did lose their Reaper, Valpo lost their Lucio, and that speed and healing is a valuable asset that needs to be kept.
Carroll does have a minute and 19 seconds to go to hit this point to the next destination, which will give them some additional time.
That went about like I'd expected it to, but much quicker than I had a chance to say anything about. I was fully expecting the Gates and the whole Hog to come out. I did not expect the use of the beat or of the Blizzard. In response to that, Blossom, that's a lot of ults used for just one on Carroll's side. Now Carroll has the
Yeah.
definitive ult advantage.
Yes, and going into 4 alts with none on Valpo's side, if they take this one fight, keep the payload going, they will make it to the next point.
I feel like the
Guaranteed.
biggest loss there was actually the loss of Fusic's Blizzard. Blizzard has the ability to shut down many ults that could otherwise outlast the beat. And here comes the Blade and the beat.
Yes.
That is probably going to be a team wipe.
Yep, for
Vampity
Valpo.
does manage to kick that Baptiste back to the spawn room though, and is going on a little trip to find a Mega.
But unfortunately, Carroll was only able to only needed 2 alts to take that fight.
That is true, but they do have time to recontest if they try. As well as with Vampity here cutting off that Baptiste, they got time, they better use it.
Very close. I don't think this is gonna. Wistful getting that anti-heal on Wistful is
Ooh.
dying.
Vampity is coming back to the fight now. With the tire,
Fire!
causing the Queen to turn around. And it gets 2! The Blossom comes out, it's big,
Yep.
it's very big, and they do take the point.
Yes.
That is unfortunate.
Oh, another team wipe. Carroll still has a chance to do this. This
They
is.
only have a minute and 15 though. If they don't get it there in just 40 seconds, Valpo has the advantage.
Yes, Valpo does.
And this third leg is very hard to push. As we've seen, Valpo hold it for 5 minutes.
Yes, Valpo has held it for 5 minutes before. Valpo has also had trouble taking it before, too.
But they managed to push it all the way this time, so I'm hoping as long as they can continue with their defense as well as they have been,
Junker Queen
this might be a wrap on the map.
Junker Queen managed to escape very well, getting the Blizzard
Ooh.
out, though.
We are going to have a lot of ults come out here.
Yes, everyone won.
Huge hook on the
There.
Baptiste.
We are seeing a Diva come out, trying to rush over, just to sprint over. We still have the Beat coming out and Churro Rose Gates.
The most dangerous thing here is going to be that overclock from the Sojourn. We do have both support ults, but if your supports die before they can use them, they're not much use.
Yep, they aren't. And that Sojourn ult is going to be very big if played right.
This is going to rely on the Gates coming out quickly. There they go. Is the Beat going to come out in response to this overclock? Looks like it is. That is going to allow them to pick up the kill on the Sojourn and the Baptiste. Diva goes down as well. Lucio's the only one left, and that is going to be a wrap on King's Row. Valpo is going to go ahead 2-0 in the series.
Yes, 2-0 currently. 2 more matches to go before Valpo wins. Let's see if Carroll can take some more wins. Take some wins.
Carroll has looked strong in individual fights, but their ability to carry their momentum seems to be lacking right now. And here we see the massive Blossom on cart from Carroll. That got them the point.
All right, we're doing another bathroom break, but I do want to mention very quickly that I feel like Carroll's a little bit overconfident because they were like, we did beat them the first week, so maybe that's why it's a little bit just falling off right now, but we'll see.
It doesn't feel to me so much overconfidence as it does they weren't expecting the improvement that Shield has had.
Okay.
Shield has ascended far beyond where they started at the beginning of the season, and if it wasn't for that loss to Carroll, they would have an equal record to them.
Yes. Would have probably been a fair fight, or would have had all of them. So we'll see. Do you think we're gonna go for a break, Michael? Okay.
Answer is yes.
All right. See
We
you in
will
like 5 minutes.
catch you in 5 minutes.
And we're back. We are seeing, we're coming back to a ban on Gibraltar, and none of them, they're just memeing.
Now we are having people intentionally misspelling Gibraltar. And we're also seeing Dirty Wolf come in for Fampity.
Very interesting, very interesting. Apparently they want Walter instead of Gibraltar, so we'll see what that happens.
That's unfortunate. I don't know of any Walters.
Don't know any Walters either. If you know a Walter, send them to the esports room.
Yeah, we're looking for all available Walters.
All available Walters. It seems like maybe Route 66.
That's what it's looking like that Carroll is going to be picking. They haven't been announcing in chat. They've just kind of been doing it. This is interesting, though. We did see them play Route 66 versus ISU, and it was their third map as well.
Mhm.
It was also the one that they managed to turn it around on.
Ooh.
However, they turned it around because of a mistake on ISU's part.
Oh.
ISU would have almost certainly managed to push it into third point, but they only put one person on cart at the end of second leg,
Ooh.
and that gave Carroll just enough time to recontest.
I believe that happened in one of the previous games too. I can't remember if it was Valpo or not, but I think it might have been Purdue. They put only one person on the second leg or first leg, and they just could not push. So let's see.
No, this should be Valpo pick side. Carroll picked map, Valpo should pick side. Why? Who bans pick side? Yeah.
Okay. Maybe Fampbeauty is saying getting confident. I don't know.
Or he's just forgotten.
I mean, isn't he the team captain of Shield?
Yes, but that doesn't mean that anyone reads the whole rules, because it's a very long rule book. Not gonna lie. I've taken a peek in there, and it's not an easy read. And they have pick attack anyway. Carroll had picked defense, so it doesn't really matter in the end.
Michael is 3 minutes. 3 minutes.
We have confirmation that time is still working.
I mean, we gotta make sure we don't want our stream getting in trouble. So.
Yeah, fortunately, we are not sending our streaming equipment through a relativistic accelerator, so we will not be experiencing a space-time dilation on any meaningful scale.
You never know. Michael could pull out some random stuff on us.
I mean, he has been equated to Superman.
He has. We like to make fun of Michael.
It's all in good fun.
Trust me,
None of this would be possible without him, anyway.
Yes, if you want to see making fun of Mike a lot, one specific stream, Smash Bros. We mess with him a lot. Alright, everyone's stream is ready. Everyone is ready. We're entering.
I feel like any stream involving my buddy Laird on casting would make heavy, heavy fun of Michael.
It's not even Mike making fun of Mike. Or Mike. It's not even Keegan making fun of Mike the most. It's actually Weston, the freshman.
Dang!
And
That's rough.
it's just Weston just bringing up an interruption board every 5 seconds.
Oh no. Granted, Smash games don't take as long as Overwatch games. You know, you've got like the progression of game length. You've got Smash, then you've got Rocket League, then you've got Overwatch, then you've got League.
Yep. That is how it goes.
Dirty Wolf actually going to be sticking on this Widow for the initial pick. It looks like it. Solaris on the Zen with Fusic hovering over Tracer.
Very interesting. We are seeing Monkey come out from Grim Reaper yet again. Seeing their Ana come out as well.
Looks like they're going to be coming out with a very similar comp to their comp on King's Row, just with the Lucio instead of the Zenyatta. Then we're going to see the Zenyatta from Solaris. Hopefully he'll make me proud.
He has, there's been some very interesting things we've done on Route 66 with Solaris on Zenyatta. There's been a time where we actually, not right now, but somebody, I believe Chiroro actually nano boosted Solaris on Zen.
There were many times, especially towards the end of last season, where I was actually the recipient of a nano boost on Zenyatta as well, and it was scarily effective.
Yes, lots of confidence for that.
Ooh, lovely headshot on the Ana from Dirty Wolf. Excuse you, voice. My voice disappeared for a second. We're
It's fine.
moving on.
That is causing Carroll to back up. That was such a good headshot.
Indeed, Ana is their main source of healing. With Ana out of the picture, Carroll almost has no choice to back up, especially with the Monkey in play. Monkey takes a lot of damage.
Yeah, so Valpo is forced to go back to the payload. Wistful still staying around.
Looks like they are going to be trying to do that recontest with the second fight here on first leg. But they're being pushed off a bit.
Yes.
P6's getting caught out a little, but Tracer's mobility makes it so he can get out pretty well. Both teams are down to DPS.
Music is losing a lot of health,
He stepped into Junkrat's trap there, and that trap does a lot of damage. Much more than you would think.
Yes.
Ooh.
Oh,
The Hog takes a nap real quick, but the Ana is still going to fall. And the hook on the Lucio, that is going to be Valpo taking this first leg pretty swiftly.
yeah, very quick first leg, giving us an extra 2 minutes-ish. So we'll hopefully get some good working.
Monkey is going to dive onto our Sojourn and Kiriko. Not going to do much other than pressure them, though.
No, but we are seeing a monkey ult coming out soon. First ult potential, one of the first few ults.
Ooh, Tracer's unable to get out.
Nope.
Both tank outs do come out. Monkey gets sent on a trip to Brazil. Is
Did
gonna
not
just
die though.
Ana picking up 2 for Carroll.
Crazy right
A
there.
lot of people don't realize that Ana's primary fire does 70 damage.
Yes.
It is very dangerous.
We are seeing Monkey coming out with his bonus 4 beats.
Dirty Wolf reducing the Monkey to 1 HP. He has to get Nano to stay alive. Doesn't look like he's gonna do a whole lot with it though. Only jumping on the Tracer. We do have we have every ult aside from Whole Hog actually.
Every team is backing up though.
Ooh, the kick straight to the face on Saucy. That blade's not getting anyone.
Yep, our whole team did back up heavily though.
They backed up, but they knew it was because that would allow them the advantage. The Monkey does take the pulse bomb to the face, and Chiruro does finish it off. Carroll's down 3, but Valpo did lose Dirty Wolf in the process. That means their recontest is going to be a little low firepower.
Dirty Wolf is probably going to have a little bit of time, take a while to get over to the point, so if they can go quick enough. Oh, you have a tire coming in.
Looks like it's going to be coming in from left side. It is going to explode on the Tracer, but the recall saves him from any damage. Zenyatta is going to pop that Transcendence. They're using everything here.
Trying to get that third leg. But there goes 4 people for Carroll, leaving only the Ana, and Ana's not going to live long. See?
There we go. And that is going to be the second leg right there. That little intersection is where Carroll stopped ISU during their confrontation. So Valpo's already got an advantage compared to the ISU team.
Yep. We do see a little bit of a change with Soldier 960. Soldiers 76?
76.
I always blank on the number. I know it's Soldier something.
There's a lot of numbers there. Reaper's also, by some measures, Soldier 42.
Yes. I do know that. I know he is part of Soldier something. I just don't remember his number.
We do have the Primal Rage coming out again. gonna be hooked and destroyed. That Discord orb is so powerful on that monkey.
And then with one person falling, we are seeing a Roadhog come out for Grim Reaper. Many of their tank choices just weren't working lately.
This is the first time we've seen them pull out the hog in this set.
Oh, Doomfist again.
Oh, it's also the first Doom we've seen, but Doom is not going to last long against the hog.
Most of their tank choices have just not been really working lately.
Ooh, and that is going to be a full push with 238 left in the bank. The Ana did not get to live to be pulsed.
Nope. So seeing these games, these are going fairly quickly, honestly.
Indeed, these are actually much more one-sided than I expected. I expected Carroll to put up more of a fight.
Yeah. I know you were talking about this earlier and your assumptions on how it's going to go out, but your assumptions are so far pulling potentially might be very wrong.
Yeah, we both thought it was going to go for a while, but if it keeps going like it's going, a 4-0 would be devastating for Carroll's morale.
Yeah, it would definitely make them be, Carroll would definitely not be happy about that. And if they continued for next semester and we went up against them in next semester's finals, they would want revenge.
Indeed. Beacon had a similar situation with the WCU Slate team, who they faced in both finals, both fall and spring of last year, and beat both times.
Yeah, that team probably was really upset and wanted some rematches, but
Indeed.
much you can do. So we are seeing a little bit of a change. We are seeing a Cassidy come out and a Forget that also coming out.
Ooh, Wistful going risky with the sneaky hook. Almost ends in a death for himself. The damage from that Reaper is very dangerous for a Roadhog.
Yeah, Wistful is taking heavy heaps of damage. Not much is going out. Music is getting knocked out very quick, and Wistful going down. The team is forced to back up with only 1 damage to support. It's not going to make much of a dent.
And we do notice that they're going back to a much more standard comp now, with the only big difference being the Hog as the tank and the Ana as the support on Solaris. I've not seen Solaris pull out Ana much in the times that I've played with him. So this is a weird pick for him.
Yeah, but maybe he feels a little bit confident with more healing.
Ooh! That is devastating. Early hook there.
Yep, Music going down. Our Wistful and Grim Reaper both hanging on very well.
Both tanks using their ults simultaneously. We are going to see that recontest come through. Ooh, big hook onto the Reaper. Ooh, the Nano comes through. Is he going to get any value out of it, though? His team is struggling.
Oh. No, it just seems like both of our supports went down. We were only able to take out Grim Reaper.
And the rally on that Brig is a terrifying force. Interesting, we have Mike getting invited to a group. That's not something you see every day.
Roasting Mike today.
Evidently, it's Roast Mike Day. I was more interpreting that as streamers in general. Evidently.
I think that's more Roast Mike.
Evidently, it's just Roast Mike Day.
So we are seeing our team trying going for a more defensive stance, using the bridge for their advantage. But I think Carroll's in a better position than Valpo is right now.
I wouldn't be surprised to see a support switch come out. I think that the Zenyatta from Solaris would be very beneficial into this comp on defense as well, seeing as he does not seem confident in hitting his shots.
Definitely taking a bit with the Cassidy ult coming out, taking over the Solaris. Still another invite. Okay. Mike's popular today. We are seeing a team regroup though coming out from the team from Valpo, with Carroll taking over the payload and moving it
Carroll
quite a bit.
does expend Whole Hog there to get Wistful off the point. And we do see the Zenyatta switch come out from Solaris.
Wanting a little bit more of thing, but still waiting for Wistful. Honestly, might have been a smart play to just use it to just get out that character's
Ooh, big early pick from Dirty Wolf. Grim
He's
Reaper.
out, though.
Ooh.
That's not good.
A lot of kills coming out from both teams.
This isn't good, yeah.
Wistful does go down.
Ooh. And that's gonna be the second leg with Carroll finally getting their pullback.
Over 4 minutes on the clock. We might be going into second round for attack and defense for both teams.
That Fusic taken out instantly by that by Grim Reaper. Very good play with that hook.
Grim Reaper is noticing all of these aggressive angles that Valpo likes to take and is capitalizing on them with this hook.
Yeah, he is using that hook to their advantage. He has finally, I think, gotten into his group. He's warmed up and he is ready.
And he's noticed that the Hog is the only way he's going to be able to get into this Valpo team.
Yep.
Are we going to see this overclock popped right here? I feel like we might.
Not really. We are seeing Fusic go down on our team, and Wistful take heavy amounts of damage.
Ooh, both DPS gone again.
Yeah.
And Wistful is going to commit his ult, but he doesn't have a whole lot of support there. Ooh, a big hook on the Brig, but there is nothing to stop that, aside from just the kill from the Kiriko.
Yeah. They are forced to back up a little bit, but Wistful is taking heaps of damage, barely able to take.
A huge hook there from Wistful, but the immortality does save Grim Reaper there.
Yeah, that immortality field was very clutch from expensive. Very close fight going on right now.
And we do notice Valpo now gaining the advantage in time. And Valpo also currently sitting with the heavy advantage on the ult economy, with Carroll only having Briggs rally up, and that is a nasty hook. Again, Discord has been such an asset for this team. Ooh.
That is Carroll.
Huge blossom comes in from Fusic. He gets out on 33 HP.
Yeah, after being knocked out so early on every single time, he has finally gotten his revenge after all of those times he's been knocked out.
We do see Carroll now coming up on all 5 of their ults, with only the High Noon lagging behind a bit. They will probably be met with an early Whole Hog and Gates. Ooh, or everything. It looks like everything is going to come out.
But
I think that may have been a little bit of an overcommit.
might have been. We're seeing 3 people take down, but they're trying to retreat just a little bit. Not working though.
Thankfully, the tank did fall early, and that makes the team much, much weaker, especially in this one tank game now. In Overwatch 1, you would have been looking for a support pick primarily, just to give the 2 tanks less support to go off of. Grim Reaper looking for that Reaper up there, knowing that he's going to be hiding around the corner. Ooh. Wistful saving Fusic there with that hook.
Barely getting out. Zenyatta going around. No Discord out right now.
Ooh. Unfortunately, the headshots do not land for Solaris.
Nope, they do not. Team backing up. Fusic also backing up. Everyone's backing up right now.
And another thing to note, before the patch came through that gave Cassidy damage reduction, those shots from Solaris actually would have killed him before the Noon went off.
Yeah, Carroll's backing up heavily. Carroll's making it to the point. Valpo having to back up. Carroll with all of their ults, they're gonna let them all go because
They
Valpo is
are
no counter.
100% going to let them all go. But Valpo gets 2 kills in all of that. It is an even fight. And Fusic has this Blossom online. And here it comes. And that is going to seal it off. That is going to be a 3-0 lead for Shield ahead of the Carroll Pioneers in this Challengers Division Finals. One more, and we can hear them all popping off.
Oh man, that was a very close game. At the end, it looked like they were gonna pull it back right there, but they just didn't make it.
And our boy Fusick here with this play of the game. It's the Revenge Blossom.
His Revenge Blossom. And you could tell he really wanted that Revenge Blossom after getting knocked out so many times.
Indeed.
So we are going into push.
We are now on match point on this push map.
Yes. Carroll's gonna really want to pick this back up for the next few maps.
Pardon me. And we are probably going to see Valpo ban Esperanza or New Queens. Which do you think? I don't know which one they'll pick this time.
Yeah, of course, Isaiah.
I feel like they're going to kind of lean towards the Esperanza with this hog heavy thing. Because the off angles we've seen Grim Reaper be looking for Fusick on these off angles.
Mhm.
I'm wondering if they're going to try and play into that or if they're going to try and avoid it. I
Yeah,
don't.
there's a lot of different choices they can go for right now. Everyone's popping off for Fusick in the chat, waiting for some bans, a ban to come out on push. Carroll's really probably getting a little nervous right now, not expecting that huge comeback like you said. Um, so banning Queens though.
Yeah, banning New Queen Street. Same as they banned during semifinals, if I remember correctly. That leaves it between Esperanza and Coliseo, though.
Very interesting.
Although I believe that Coliseo is the objectively better map. Again, I'm not sure if Carroll's going to want to try and play into these off angles on Esperanza, or if they're just going to go with the tried and true Coliseo to end off the finals, hopefully.
Yeah, but knowing since this is the finals, they might be just going for whatever they think might work. And
They've got nothing to lose at this point.
no, they have absolutely nothing to lose.
And they are going to pick Esperanza.
Yep. All they have is to gain, so we'll see how this is going on. With this is going to be this could potentially be either the last match. What just happened? I don't know.
Spelling.
Lovely. Okay. Going into Esperanza, the Stranger one versus Coliseo, which is more popular.
Coliseo is a very, very balanced map, at least as far as push maps go. Another big important thing is it's shorter. It's shorter than either New Queen Street or Esperanza.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder if Carroll is also looking at the length of Esperanza and hoping to try and swing the momentum against Valpo in the first fight and keep it in their favor.
Yeah, when you do have a longer pushing path, taking that time, you have more time that's needed to push it to that area. And for Valpo Shield, that could be their downfall, and that's maybe what Carroll is hoping for.
Indeed. The longer the map is with a push map, the more costly that lost fights are.
Mm-hmm. So we are just gonna try and figure out. Carroll's probably having a group huddle right now, trying to figure out what the best bet is. Maybe see if they need some switches to be done.
Oh, nope. Looks like they're just going right on in. All right. Here we go. Match point for Valpo Shield here in the Challengers Division NECC Finals.
This is going to be a very tense fight if Valpo can get this off, which we are hoping, personally. But Carroll's also just hoping for any sort of chance to get this.
And I feel like I should mention again, this is Shield's very first appearance in finals. And here they are up 3-0.
Yeah. This is a very good spot. The two freshmen we got in this year immediately moving to varsity. No freshmen were put onto Beacon at all. So there's some good places right now for our freshman members.
Indeed, both Solaris and Fusick coming on to the Shield team as soon as they joined, pretty much.
Yep.
Solaris was waffled back and forth a little bit. There's a lot of decision making happening in the background. But he did end up landing on Shield and has done his work there.
I was the same thing with Fusick, I believe, too. You couldn't have got
Fusick was immediately put on Shield. There was never any question about him being put on Beacon. He was actually a Masters player.
Oh, wow.
He is actually the highest ranked player on all of Shield. Second being Wistful.
Yeah. So we are seeing Fusick come from behind, trying to knock out this expensive Baptiste.
We gotta love the expensive Baptiste. Wonder if they coated him in gold before the game.
Maybe. Who knows? Expensive, though, taking heavy amounts of damage and being knocked out. First kill of the game. Fusick, though, heavy damage.
And we do see them coming out on this Diva again. Carroll used Diva to great effect during their semifinal game, but Shield also watched that game and knew going into it that Diva would be their target.
Yep, and the baby Diva knocked out immediately out of her tank. Just dead right there.
The important thing to note about a matchup of Diva versus Hog, Diva is very, very effective at keeping her teammates safe from the Hog's hook, as she can just matrix over the Hog whenever they're hooked. But she's not very good at protecting herself from Hog.
No, she is not. That is her main benefit against Hog, is she can save the hook.
You see there immediately the hook into the headshot, demeching the Diva.
Going into baby Diva form, just trying to stake away. But heavy damage is going on Wistful right now. He is very low, and he has a Discord orb on him from their opposing.
Yeah, this Zenyatta onto the Hog, again proving to be very, very damaging.
They are seeing how much our Solaris was able to do with our Zenyatta, and they're like, we need to get this. They just threw whoever they could onto Zenyatta, and seems like this is what's going on.
Little Duck also actually played a lot of Zenyatta versus ISU, if I remember correctly. So I'm not surprised to see them be the one on it.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't pull them out before that. Seeing how much Zenyatta's been really helping our team, and the Discord orb coming out again, being able to just heavily drain Wistful.
And we see Wistful here having to be nano just to stay alive. The baby Diva does use the bomb just to get her mech back immediately. Almost gets killed out of it though.
Yeah, taking heavy damage. Wistful is still taking heavy damage, knocking out the Little Duck really quick though, ending his Discord orb, which definitely saved him. Expensive.
Expensive getting caught out again.
Diva about ready to lose her mech, but they have 3 alts versus Valpo's 2 alts and 1 on the way. Now there's 4 alts.
We've noticed from this opposing Baptiste, his immortality fields have been in the correct place. Oh, is that a fat finger from the Zenyatta? I think that's a fat finger. The Blossom coming out as well. Gonna put in the whole Hog to get the team away. Ooh, big hook, but unfortunately does go down to the Reaper.
Yep, that is a huge kill on Wistful right there, and Valpo is forced to back up.
Churro barely making it out with his life. Dirty Wolf does manage to pick up that kill though with the support of Churro. Neither team really can afford to contest the bot.
Yep. Unfortunately, Dirty Wolf and Churro is trying with Fusick on their side, but
they do just immediately back off at the first sign of challenge, waiting for their Hog to get back.
Waiting for Diva as well, Carroll, that's basically what they're doing, waiting for each other's
Ooh.
Sneaking away. Dirty Wolf was able to sneak away very quickly right then.
We're gonna see this hook go for the Diva. It is a whiff this time, but they are backing up as they are down their Sojourn.
Orb of Discord going again on Wistful, not surprising at all, with the Diva bomb. trying to land. Didn't work though.
And Wistful does opt to face tank the Diva Bomb we see there, using his breather, not having a good place to take cover. Almost managed to get that pick on the Soj again.
Yep. Now you're leaving Chiroro to push the point.
Yeah, we're noticing again this high healing comp of the Ana Kiriko coming out from Valpo.
A very good choice though. It seems like it's been working incredibly well for them.
Get the Reaper looking for this Ana pick. Does not have Blossom. Ooh, is this going to be a Pulse Bomb onto the map? Ooh, it is. Expensive goes down to the Pulse Bomb, and the Nano Tracer is just so damaging. And we're now just past the halfway point of this push map.
Yep, 4 minutes and 36 seconds to go. Carroll doesn't really have much, has a lot to lose if they can't make this thing. So
We do see, though, changes coming out, going back to the Brig and the Junker Queen.
Surprising though, but may have not been that confident in that Zenyatta.
I am surprised that we see the switch off of Diva, just because it did seem to be Grim Reaper's most confident tank. And this Junker Queen's just going to get bullied into the corner by the whole hog from Wistful.
No. Yeah, Grim Reaper, I'm surprised they switched because that was bullying hard. Saucy going down, and then Expensive trying to take cover.
Music does get very low, but has the tools to make it out.
However, we are seeing a hog duo right now. Grim Reaper against Wistful. We'll see how that goes.
I am very surprised that they didn't switch to Hog immediately instead of going to the Junker Queen. Shiro does get the ult off, but does fall.
Chiroro fused. Dirty Wolf does have his ult ready, but he is very low. Wistful also low, going down. Solaris just kind of making it down as well. Dirty Wolf only one left alive.
And I have to mention, I still see Solaris missing a lot of shots.
Yeah.
He does not seem to be very confident on the Ana right now.
No, and I don't blame him. When you're a support player, you don't really have to do aiming that much. And unfortunately, he might have just been expected to pick up Ana with how good Ana is.
This ends now.
I noticed Solaris played a lot of Lucio. Lucio is typically his main character, but with the shift in meta, the meta really has switched to being a much more like Ana favoring comp.
We are seeing the rally coming out from Little Duck right now.
Just to keep the team alive for a little, but he does get hooked. That is going to be the end of Little Duck's Brig. Opposing overclocks coming out? No, it's just the overclock from Dirty Wolf. Just having to be
yeah, Adamant didn't have his.
Adamant did not have his. Instead, that was just a railgun shot at a convenient time.
3 ults coming out from Carroll, not making any progress against Valpo on their side. 2 minutes left on the clock. Carroll needs to get the robot now and keep it for the rest of the game in order to even have a chance.
Carroll does have the tools to retake this, but Valpo will be coming up on the gates and the Nano pretty soon. And those can individually turn the tide of a battle.
Yes, Wistful taking heavy amounts of damage. We are seeing Chiroro getting his ults right and ready. 3 ults ready on Carroll's side. None used though, but they do have their immortality field up and ready.
Dare I say, we're a minute and a half away from Shield becoming the 3rd champion team of Valpo Esports.
Yes, we are. Very risky. Grim Reaper taking out Wistful right then and there.
They're going to commit a lot of ults and get no kills out of them. Are we going to see this Pulse Bomb come in here? Are they going to try and salvage this fight? No, we're just going to contest the bot for a little and let us regroup.
Regrouping right now, 60 seconds. They need to keep this bot for the rest of the play. They have 60 seconds in overtime just to make sure that they can get over to that point. Wistful trying to come in from behind though.
But this is going to be 2 ults versus 4, almost 5. Both hogs missed their hooks. Is this going to be whole hog? This is. He's got to take a sec to take a breather. The pulse bomb's big, it lands on expensive, the nano comes out onto the hog, and their hog just gives up.
3 seconds remaining.
Sojourn is pushing the cart on her own, trying to get a little bit of distance, but all in all, Carroll is going to opt to just have the Sojourn live. It is going to be their recontest, unless they end up getting picked off here. They're just going to run 10 seconds only. And the Sojourn dies. I think that's their recontest gone.
That's it.
Nope, Doomfist is here to
Doomfist.
touch. He doesn't touch, and that is Valpo Shield becoming your Challengers Division Overwatch champions.
Coming back from 2nd seed, Valpo has managed to take this fight, winning 4-0. They're going to be hopefully they're probably going to make it to Nationals in the Challengers Division in May. Hopefully next season will be just another win on their belt. Very exciting coming up.
All right, and I do believe we are going to be pulling someone in here for an interview.
Of course.
I spoke with him the other day, and I don't know who he's bringing in. We'll see.
We'll see. I don't know who's going to be conducting the interview, but it's you. It's you, isn't it?
I have no idea. I have not heard anything.
Not exactly sure, so...
I'm not surprised we're bringing in the man of the hour, Fusic here. All right.
Alright.
No.
Eye swap?
So, first of all, great game. You guys played excellently. We were talking at the beginning of the game, we expected Carroll to put up a lot more of a fight than they did.
Yeah, we did too.
You guys ended up sweeping them 4-0.
Yeah.
How's it feel? You guys are now the 3rd Valpo Esports team to have a championship.
Yeah, I mean, it feels great. It's great coming from the 2nd seed going in, and Carroll beat us last time. It feels pretty good.
And you are one of now the 3 Overwatch players that have become champions in their freshman year.
Yeah.
You,
That's
along
true.
with Solaris, and last year me. So that's quite the achievement. What? Yes, you may ask him your.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it feels great because I don't know, everyone else in the in our section, we felt pretty good against. I think we won pretty handedly, except for against Carroll. And so naturally we meet them in the finals, and it feels great to win. It feels great. Well, I saw that there was a lot going on the front line, so I saw that as an opportunity. There was a quick flank around the corner. Maybe I can go assassinate like a squishy or something. And I did. I killed the BAP, and then at that point we had momentum going forward from the front line, eventually catching up. And so I just figured blossom and just kill everyone pretty much. Yeah, I mean, honestly, the whole team has been great in playing. Big shout out to Wistful Nick there. He was doing really well on the hog. He was playing really well, and I would also say Garrett. I mean, Garrett's a senior this year, so and he's been a rock on Sojourn this entire this entire year. So it's been great to have him alongside me.